Do you ever feel like your marketing efforts are futile? You're doing all of these things. Nothing's really working. Or maybe you're an in-house marketer and the executives are always pointing their finger and everybody who's not on the marketing team acts like they are a marketer. If you feel this, you are not alone. I'm Taylor Wilson, and I spent years in-house as a marketer, and I know exactly what that feels like. And I took that feeling to create my own company, Creative Shizzle. So what I'd like to do in this video today is give you a framework. I want to talk about how to set the foundations for marketing and how to create a step-by-step marketing engine. One is that you have to build the foundation. A lot of times marketing isn't working because your foundation is broken. Think of it like a house. If you have cracks in the slab, chances are you're going to get a foundation expert out to look at it, to make sure your house doesn't fall off the hill or cave into the ground. Marketing is a lot like that too. You have to have a solid branding and positioning and visual identity foundation before you try to move too much of the Google Ads and LinkedIn and SEO and put too much time and energy of that into your workflow. But a lot of times people don't want to do that foundational work because they need the leads. I know, I've heard it a lot. So people just jump ahead and go straight into lead generation activities. And often they waste their money because the foundation is not right. When the foundation is not right, you could have things like this happen. You spend a lot of money on Google Ads, you send people to a landing page, and it makes no sense to them. Or it doesn't actually move them to action or move them any closer to buying your products or services. When that happens, it usually means that there's cracks in your foundation. Now, what does that mean? What do you need to fix? Positioning. This is how do you present yourself to the world, to your target buyer. That can happen through your brand voice, your visual identity, and being really, really clear about who you are for and why you're the best solution for them. When you get really clear on those things, you're a lot more likely to position yourself appropriately to your target buyer. So brand, positioning, messaging, visual identity, all of those things give you a strong foundation. Once you have all of that set, then you can start thinking about the other stuff. Where are you going to show up? Because you might not need to show up everywhere. You probably should just show up in a few places that are the lowest hanging fruit for you to find and interact with your target customer. And this is built on doing some of that work in the positioning phase to understand who your target customer is and where you might find them. So after you have your brand, your messaging, your positioning foundation built, then you can start figuring out where do we show up. Now, once you know where they are and where to show up, then it's time to think about what kind of content would resonate with them, what kind of campaign should we run, and what kind of cadence do we need for content or lead gen materials. It could be one video a week on YouTube. It could be 3 posts a week on LinkedIn from a thought leader within your company. It could be all about Instagram because you're selling an e-com product. This is going to vary a lot based on your target customer. All right, so far we've talked about first step is the foundation. Next step is where's your target customer? Third step is how do we need to show up, on what mediums, on what channels, and what cadence. And then once you figure all of that out, you can start to build your content engine. Now, what I like to do is put together a 30-day plan for every brand that I'm working on. A lot of times it looked like this: 4 blogs, 8 social posts, 3 videos. That's just an example of the kinds of content we might be doing for different mediums and different channels. It could also include things like ad campaigns across Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Reddit, you name it. The most important thing to remember is you really shouldn't start doing any of those things if your foundation isn't right, you don't know where your target customer is, and you're not sure what kind of cadence you can handle. Once you figure out steps 1 through 3, step 4 just becomes about building a repeatable system to do it every 30 days. Plan ahead, plan your content as much as possible, schedule as much as possible. And if you want help However you want to talk about this for your brand, click the link below and we'll set up some time to talk. Until next time, have a good shizzle day.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.